Hey guys, it's Gomma here with a just a hobby talk. Got a bit of a battle report lull at the moment. Just been busy and having to cancel a few games and things. But I got my figures out, took a few pictures on the weekend for Reef. He asked me to get some pics of my armies to him. If you haven't seen his latest video, he's got some of mine on there, which is great, so thanks. But I thought, well, I've got them there, maybe I'll run through them as well for those interested in a little bit of um, my motivation behind them and my thoughts on the different figures and stuff. So if you're interested in that, keep watching. If not, don't and wait for a bat rep, I guess. So yeah, I'll start with my Empire army. This is obviously from the Avalon province. Being a huge Steelers fan, black and gold, they were black and yellow. That was my obvious choice, so that's why I've chosen that. So I started about a year ago, maybe July last year. Hadn't played Warhammer since early 6th edition. I used to play back in 3rd, 4th and 5th when I was at school, and then, career, life, family got in the way, which is fine. But now back into it, and rather than pick up the Orcs, I had bought a 6th edition box set years ago, Army Battalion box set of the Empire, wanting to start an Empire army, so I cracked that open and just had to play around with some of the newer paints. I hadn't used the new washers, or, to be honest, I didn't even start painting these guys with washers, and then went, this Agrax Earthshade's very watery. It doesn't, it's not as good as the old brown shade or whatever it used to be. Sorry, it's a shade, and the old brown wash, which was that thick, sort of just stained everything, until I realised, hey, you can put it on any colour. This looks awesome. So yeah, simple paint scheme here, just Avalon Sunset with Agrax on it, really, with just some highlighting, and straight black with a bit of charcoal sort of highlights. Nothing major. All the spears and the lances end up being the Ienden, Sun Ienden Dark. No, I don't know what it's called. That other yellow, the old yellow. So this was my first sort of test model. Didn't know that halberds were better than spears and all that when I started this. I just had a bunch of spearmen, so I started painting them. And you can see here the steam tank. That was my first major purchase outside of the battalion box that I had. And you can see at the back there the spearmen. I'd done about 10 there or something, and the little, I think it was a 25 by 25 movement tray that I made. Actually, it might even be a 20 by 20 or something. Did not realising that. Yeah, that's not gonna cut it in 8th edition. But yeah, at the time, as I said, didn't really know what I was doing. Started doing some washes on the knights there, just to sort of see how they would look. But yeah, there's the steam tank in bits, slowly getting done. I think the steam tank took maybe a month, just a couple of nights every now and then. I wasn't hugely into it. Didn't have a goal or anything in mind. And then about September, I signed up for Castle Assault, which is an October tournament, end of October, and then I really had to get going, which helped because it made me actually get the thing done, which was good. Yeah, so there's one of the knights. You'll notice a lot of my knights don't have the shields. I've just been lazy. I've got about half of them done now, a year and a half later. Some early shots of the steam tank. So yeah, these washes, having come from the pre-wash era, it was just amazing. I thought it was great. And just washing everything. And yeah, there's about 15 of them done. And yeah, steam tank coming along. And then yeah, I got to Castle Assault. This is the actual first picture ever of a tournament game I ever played, against a guy called Zach. Mirror match. He kicked the crap out of me. But yeah, obviously, my tournament list was, looking back, it's just not that competitive. I had Shadow Magic, which I didn't even know how to use. At the time I was not knowing much about the usages of buffs and hexes, and really my whole thing was, Pit looks pretty cool, but not really gelling with the rest of my army. Had the Rune Fang Inner Circle Knight sort of build over there, which was good on the right, but only 3 demis and about 40 spearmen, which doesn't really cut it these days. And I didn't get the Hurricane finished. I just had the top of it done, and I think some of it was blue, but yeah, not much of it done, unfortunately, there. You would have seen these in Reef shots. Reef actually gave these a compliment. These three figures were painted years ago. The two on the right were painted when I was in high school, so that's like 20 plus years ago. So yeah, there's no washing or anything in that. It's just paint really and dry brushing. So yeah, I just rebased them because I just wanted to use them as wizards at the time. The guy on the left, I think I did paint probably 10 years ago, just for Dungeons and Dragons tournament. He's an old medal. What's it called? Warhammer Quest. So I have all that, but I needed a cleric for a D&D sort of what is it, game night I was in, so I did that up. But yeah, I've kept them around because I thought I don't want it. The paint jobs were good enough, and I thought wanted to keep them around for nostalgic purposes, I guess. So yeah, finally I got the command done and all that on these spearmen, and pretty much then retired them. So I never finished the banner, and they've been sitting in the cupboard ever since. They'll come out for big games one day, I guess. Actually, some of the spearmen actually pointed the wrong way, probably from the last game when I put them in bus formation or something. But yeah, that's 40 guys I'll probably never get back. And earlier this year, so some of these pictures are the ones that you don't see a lot in my bat reps at the moment, although I would like to get this guy back out, just the Peg Hero. He was like the last Pegasus at my local Games Workshop store. The manager there thought he didn't have one, but then found one in the cupboard somewhere, so that was good. So just slight little mod conversion to put the I think it was a Demigryph head, is it, on the knight, something like that. Yeah, probably in Demigryph shield or something, and yeah, it was done pretty quick. The feathers are pretty crap. I haven't really done much with them, but a bit of dry brushing. But obviously, I'm looking at doing maybe wood elves, and I've got some eagles to paint, so it'd be interesting to practice a bit of the feathers. Need to look into that. And this guy, I mean, this thing took forever to paint. As anyone who's done this knows. I mean, I'm a paint by numbers dude, in the sense I'm going to paint what's pretty much on the boxes. I haven't really gone outside that to experiment too much. But yeah, I mean, yeah, once it all starts coming together, when you're getting close to the end, finally, I think you get over that rut, and you can stand back and sort of go, actually, I can finish this thing, and it will look pretty good. And yeah, there's certain things I probably would like to redo on it again and stuff, but yeah, it's easily good enough for the tabletop, so I was quite happy with that one. But yeah, this thing took like 8 weeks, I think. I just was not motivated to keep picking out the details on it. And then I got this guy around Christmas time, at the beginning of the year, and it didn't take half as long. I mean, obviously the statue took like a night, and then well, sorry, I just got interrupted there. Yeah, you can see I think even just the actual fuselage, or whatever you want to call it, what is the chassis? It's a bit simpler than the Hurricane. But actually, I did do the Archlector separately, and he took a while. And I think he came out really well. And I was particularly trying, I don't have a close-up of him, I was particularly trying to like improve the washes on his face, rather than just wash over the whole thing, trying to get it around his facial features. I don't know. I think I got pretty good there. I think he came out okay. Another close-up of the finished steam tank. You've probably seen this enough. Yep. I think Reef was saying that his, the sleeves probably got a brown and a this. No, it's all cheating. It's just Avalanche Sunset, Agrax, Earthshade, Avaland, and then mixed with, I think, old Bad Moon Yellow or something, just for a bit of detail work. Yeah, I've got a bunch of cannons and an old Hellblaster, and I've got the new Hellblaster. I painted that up, but I haven't done its crew yet, so I've just got 2 sets of crew, and whatever artillery I'm using, they go with them. I will have to get through and finish the rest of the actual crew that are supposed to go with the particular war machines. And yeah, the old engineer, he's a metal guy. He came out okay too, but some of them were quick. Yeah, and here's my wizard. So I had fun with these guys. I think they turned out really well. The Heavens Mage, which I use for most of the time light, but yeah, actually I'm going to start playing with Heavens because I think it's better. Yeah, I've done him with, his eyes are just supposed to be white, so I don't know if he doesn't look finished, but I tried to get him to the point where it looked like his eyes are rolled back in his head, casting a spell. I think when you see him in the flesh, it looks a bit like that. The two old light metal acolytes, so that works really well when you're running a light wizard, light council. And yeah, as soon as I saw the picture of the metal mage, I had to paint him like that. Yeah, just looking like he's almost made of metal, I think, like gold or whatever. Looks cool. And then, yeah, the witch hunter. That's the second, an eBay buy of a Finecast model. Again, I just copied the paint job they've done, but I really want to I wanted to do a good job, and especially around the black highlighting, just to try that with the blue. And on the images here, I think it looks, you can really see the edging, but in the flesh, I think he's come out really good. Unfortunately, you don't see him a lot though, but that was a fun figure to paint. And I've got 7 demigriffs. So these are just the latest 3. Nothing spectacular. I haven't actually finished the the reins that go around on half of them. But yeah, they were just sort of quick. I'm going to get another 3 at some point so I can field up to 2 units of 5, but at least 2 units of 4. But yeah, after you've done 4, the next 3 weren't too bad, and they look good enough for what they need to be. And there's, I think, the original 4. So their arms are a bit wonky because they're magnetised, so they sort of sometimes fit on okay, sometimes don't. And the basing's simple. It's the same as my orcs. I just went for the nothing fancy, but they're close enough with the orcs. I am using a different flock, but they're close enough that if I had to borrow movement trays or something, they'd look okay. And they're using the it's actually the Vallejo Tierra Earth, which is, I think, the same as the old. I can't remember what it's called, but you can't get it anymore. But that earthy colour. It's a graveyard something? I can't remember. Other fanboys would know more than me. And my huntsman. These were rush job for a tournament. In fact, I don't even think I got around to highlighting them, so I should do that at some point. They're just pretty much brown, yellow and washed, but just needed them done for a tournament. So, but they're huntsmen, they're supposed to be dirty, and that's why I like the Agrax, especially for the Empire. I mean, I don't know, I envision these guys as mostly peasants, even though they're not Bretonnian, and I just can't imagine them having access to washing machines, so, they should look a bit muddy. And they were my first. I got a set of 8 archers, and you'll notice the 2 guys in the middle, in the 2 ranks there are 2 files there actually, I think it's those guys anyway, are the Bretonnian 6th edition archers, because I needed 10, so that's what they are. And yet these guys make it into most of my lists. The halberds you see in every Empire army. They started out as I think 20, and I used 20 spearmen, and then I found another 20 on eBay or whatever, and then got them to 40, and then still found that wasn't enough because they just kept dying. So I usually field them in 45s to 50, just to survive the inevitable trebuchets and everything else that lands on them before they get anywhere. And then, my BSB is usually just in that unit, so I usually keep him in there. And I did him up as an old man because I envisioned him as, being a bit more wise, a bit more battle hardy, whatever the word is. And just another shot of them. Simple. Once you get, after you've done 50, you get them pretty quick. But yeah, we're easily enough, good enough for the battles I play. And yes, Reef, this army sorry, the board that I've photographed. Yeah, that's mine. It's just a textured table I was built a few months back just to try it out. You can see my new forests in the background. I made 4 of them from templates of the Citadel Woods. And yeah, the pistoliers, they were fun. Geez, that guy on the second left, his eyes are a bit wonky. Most of them do have eyes, but I find that, at least with these type of guys, but I must do them in such a light shade that you can hardly see them on the photo, so I need to look at that. Unfortunately, you don't see the pistoliers a lot. So I need to, although I love the models, they look really good. The middle horse, though, looking at it in the picture, looks very blue, so maybe I was trying some weird grey and it didn't come out. But the other colour of the horses I think look good. I mean, one thing you can't do enough, and I want to do with my elves, is just paint off actual pictures of horses, which sounds funny, but a lot of times you don't do that. You sort of just look at what Games Workshop have done or something, and sometimes they've done things that, and anatomically at least in our horses, don't actually go together in terms of colours. So I should, I started looking at that for these guys, but I have to do that more if I'm doing some Glade Riders. Yeah, I've got 15 Empire Knights. I actually have another 5 that I'm doing up as Reef's Guard Knights, which aren't finished. Yeah, and these guys need some repairs. Some of their spears are broken, and lances, and some are missing shields, or the shields have fallen off, so they need a bit of love. I need to get back to them. These 2 guys, they used to be in every list initially before I got the War Altar, but basically a converted guy I used for a warrior priest, and my general with his rune fang. He looks very wonky with those eyes. And the overall shot. So all the painted ones I have, just from all the purchases when you buy them. I've got, I think, a bunch of crossbows, 40 something 6th edition handgunners, a couple more knights, stuff like that. So at some point I'd like to get them all done, because it's nice to know that you've painted every figure in that particular army. And I'm getting close, so with the orcs done, I'm getting close, but now I'm sort of dabbling with wood elves or something, so who knows, we'll see how we go. Just a parting shot there, and I don't know, I hope some people enjoyed just seeing them in a bit more better shots and not rushed in the battle on a battle report. And up next I'll try to get my orcs out and run through them. So hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.